What are you spending for guilt-free spending? Just like on what things? Is it travel? I see some beauty products here. What are we talking about?
I think part of our guilt-free spending leaks over into our grocery spending because we just buy what we want. If I feel like steak tonight, I get steak tonight. If I feel like fish tomorrow, we get fish tomorrow.
Okay, so food is one. What else?
Eating out?
Eating
Yeah,
out.
eating out, coffee. We drink a lot
Okay.
of coffee.
Okay. How much does a black coffee cost there?
About $3, $2.5, $3. Yeah.
Okay. And what about like a specialty drink, some type of latte? What does that cost?
Not much more. They try and pull you in by not charging you that much more for a luxury drink, like maybe like 30 cents more or something.
Oh, all right. And how many coffees would you say on a given week you might be ordering?
We could easily go through, I'd say at least like between 5 and 10 coffees each a week. Like
Okay.
going out together. So, yeah. Plus
Okay,
minus.
fine. What else?
You're just eating out.
Eating out. Travel?
No, we used to,
Okay.
but now there's no money.
When did you stop? Was it 2 weeks ago that you stopped traveling?
No,
that
no,
when-
no, 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 no. We actually, no, like we were naughty. We actually went to Seychelles at the end of 2023. And then we loved it so much. We used our credit cards. And when we went back to Seychelles in debt in 2024, June, July.
What
So
the
we've been doing
That's like 1 year
Yeah.
ago. What are we talking about here? The way you talked about it, we used to travel in 4000 BC. We traveled,
'Cause
but
it
we
does
haven't
feel-
traveled since then. It was 1
It
year
does-
ago.
It does feel like that. Well, we've bought a flat since then, and we're literally going to get another land. We're in the process of busy buying as well. So we're like leveraging the debt, kind of, because I think that Romy's so worried that I'm not saving. So she's like getting property. We're trying to get property because then at least we're going to put our money towards something.
What the is happening right now? We just went from talking about $3 coffees to leveraging debt to buy property when you have $45 invested. What is happening?
She's so worried about me not saving that she wants something to show for our savings.
Okay. Can I understand a little bit about this land purchase that you referred to? So
Yeah.
are you buying land to build property on?
Yes.
Okay. How much does it cost?
It's going to cost about 2.5 million rand,
Mhm.
which is about like, I think $130,000 or something like that.
Okay. 130K.
130K plus minus. But Cape Town's booming at the moment.
Okay.
So whatever happens, we'll be able to make at least another 130,000 on top if we sell it.
Okay.
Because there's crazy poverty here, yeah.
And you're taking out debt to buy the land, correct?
Yes, a mortgage, a house mortgage.
What's the interest rate on that? Same 10.5%?
I think yeah.
How did you come to the decision to do this? Who decided?
I think both of us, we are living in a flat now where we're renting,
Mhm.
and we're not happy here. There's no sunshine. So we're like trying to figure out like how are we going to get sunshine. We own a flat in the same block here, just above here, and Romy's done a good job of Airbnb-ing it. They actually paid our whole bond. We haven't put one payment into our mortgage since, right?
Hold on. Romy, you own an Airbnb?
We own a flat together.
Oh, the two of you own a flat together, which you
Yeah.
you rent out on Airbnb. Does that make money?
Yeah, it pays the bond.
All of it's what do you call it? Cash flow positive?
Yeah, it's cash flow.
Covers.
Okay. Is that reflected in the conscious spending plan?
I believe it is. If you go back.
Let me put it back up on screen.
So if you go back to where it says rent mortgage, that rent mortgage is for our Airbnb as well as the property we're renting.
Okay. And where does the income get reflected? Where's that?
So in my current monthly income,
Uh-huh.
a percentage of that is Airbnb income.
Okay, great. Perfect. Well done. So are you the one making 6,780 or 4,100?
4,100.
Okay, so a part of that includes the Airbnb income.
Yes.
Perfect. This 1861 is not only for the place that you're currently sitting in right now, but it's also for the flat that is functioning as an Airbnb.
Yes.
Okay. How much is it throwing off in cash per month?
Let's make it about $1,800 a month.
Okay, great. Nicely done. That's cash flow positive. Let's go back to the land purchase. So you're taking a mortgage for roughly $130,000 to get this land, and then you're going to build on top of it. How much will that cost to build?
So within the same quote from the bank, they're giving us a building bond. So the whole thing is going to be about $130,000 from the land purchase to the build. It's going to be like a small, tiny home situation.
Cool. And will you rent that out to people?
We're not sure yet. We first want to see how much sunshine there is. and we want to see what we can do with it. But we kind of feel because of what it is, it's almost like an opportunity. Whatever happens, there's money to be made on it, or we could live there.
Okay. I do want to say $130,000 is a lot of money, especially relative to the numbers that we are looking at here. I'm a little surprised that you don't know what you're going to do with the property, because if you're buying it as an investment, then, of course you would want to have modeled out, hey, is this a good investment? If we are paying $130,000 plus interest plus expenses, how much can we expect to make from it relative to just putting the money in an S&P 500?
Well, basically, where we currently live, you can't find a freestanding house for under $222,000. So our view was that if we decide not to live in it, if we sell it once it's built, then I think we could make about $200,000 if we sell it, and it's going to cost us about $130,000 to make it.
I want to jump in here quickly because I'm starting to see a pattern with Romy and Travis. Are you seeing it? You can tell a lot about someone by how they answer simple questions. Some people give you a clean, confident answer. Others ramble for 3 minutes, going on random digressions, and they leave you more confused than when you started, which is what Romy and Travis do. Chaotic answers, chaotic financial life. It's a big clue. I see the same thing when I'm interviewing people to work at my company. If they give long, rambling answers, their work is likely disorganized. Ramblers for me are an instant no hire. Romy and Travis here overcomplicate everything. Their housing, their taxes, even tipping the valet. And I'm pointing this out because it's a major clue. This is sloppy thinking, and sloppy thinking hides behind complexity. When you have crisp, clear decisions, when you are decisive, you can answer questions in a single sentence. Let's practice it. See if you can do this. If I asked you, how much do you make? Could you answer that? If I asked you, where do you choose to spend your money? Could you answer that in one sentence? What's your philosophy on money? Can you answer those questions in one sentence? You should be able to. Let's take their land purchase, for example. They dropped a ton of money, but they can't say if it's an investment or a fun project. 1 minute they're talking about maybe selling it. The next they're upset about the lack of sunlight and they're turning this property into a freestanding tiny home just for them. Even saying it is chaotic. It's kind of like trying to untangle a knot that's been gnarled for years. In answer to my question, you want to be able to distinguish between consumption and investment. A house to live in versus a house that will make you money. If something is consumption, like a plate of pasta, all I care about is, does it taste good? I'm not calculating the freaking PE ratio of rigatoni. But if it's an investment, then I want to know the ROI benchmarked against something like the S&P 500. I run the numbers because I want data, not feelings. A lot of you talk about your feelings a little bit too much. Stop talking, open up a calculator for God's sake, and let's run some numbers.